I'm Cynthia.
And I'm Chris.
And we're the Hanier family.
And for those of you who are new here, welcome. Let's enjoy some great music together.
Yeah, so what do we have this time for our Goonies?
Well, it is the weekend, so we do like to do our Canadian content on the weekend. And I've found something that I found interesting. Of course, it's winter.
Yes.
We all know this.
And, well, here it is.
Here it is. And we decided to look for things that were kind of based on winter. And I was looking through, and I decided one just a few hours ago to look around at something more East Coast.
Yeah.
And they had a band called Run the River.
Okay.
And this song is called Cold Like This.
All right. Well, I know what cold in New Brunswick feels like.
Oh, I do too.
Ooh, they have a lot to sing about.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that, but
yeah.
Start with the Cold Like This. Yeah. This should be interesting. So, yeah, we're going to check this out. This is Run the River and Cold Like This.
Still awake at 2 a.m. Walking these winter streets again. Moon hangs heavy on nights like this. I've got a place to warm my hands. Unforgiving and alone. When your only friend is snow. It's easy to forget those who fall through the cracks. Ones who call these streets their home. When it's cold like this, does anybody miss the ones who were left out? Do we refuse to see that's who is you or me who was the one left out in the cold? I've seen you walk this way before. Eyes locked upon the frozen ground, trying to ignore the fact you and I are both just trying to make it through the same dark night. But the curse is better than the cure. When it's cold like this, does anybody miss the ones who were left out? Do we refuse to see unless it was you or me who was the one left out in the cold? Now 3 a.m.'s long gone and I'm awake, 'cause there's no place to lay my head. When it's cold like this, when it's cold like this, does anybody miss the ones who were left out? That's who is you or me who was the one left out. Who was the one
in the cold.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to stop it somewhere, but I got involved.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew.
Yeah. This was very interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, it's very touching.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this was quite interesting. Very interesting video too. It seems to me that it was just all along that same guy.
Yeah, it was, I
So
think, just to tell the story, basically. But
I mean, the guy walking by is also the guy sitting in the thing.
Yes. Basically, I think that's because they're trying to get you to picture, well, what if it was you sitting there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I was wondering that at first because they both, had the long beard and stuff. So I figured there was a similarity. It might be a different person, but no, it's
the same one, I'm sure.
him.
But the thing is, imagine now, like just in Brampton here, it doesn't get like nearly the way it does in Fredericton.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Being homeless there would be a nightmare.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's bad anywhere, but I mean, there it gets excessively cold.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when I was living there in situations, especially in the cold weather, there's a bank just at the end of the mall at King Street.
Yeah.
And I remember walking by a couple of times and seeing different people having walked into that little bank area where the ATMs are and sleeping there. I saw them there.
Yeah. I noticed it said John Howard Society of Fredericton. I know they have one here too. Mm-hmm. And they help young people find shelter and find jobs and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good for that. So this is a real serious song about homelessness. So
makes me think, though, there was a man in Fredericton recently that has been trying to help with this issue, and he built I think it was 100 tiny homes.
Oh, yeah?
For homeless people specifically. He made a little neighborhood for them.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, things like that give you a little bit of hope, but can you imagine being on the street in that weather in Fredericton?
No, Look, like I said, I lived in Fredericton for 2 years when I was going to school.
Yeah.
And my brothers still live there.
Yeah.
And we all moved there together, actually. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother went to college before me. And when I found out he was in a thing that I was interested in doing, I decided to join him the next year. And so we both lived there. And then my other brother, he, was trying to get away from my hometown because he had just gotten out of a divorce and it was just no good for him. So he just left and he moved in with us. And, honestly, we never moved back to our hometown. And, but I saw the streets like that. There were a couple of people in the summertime. You don't really think about them that much.
Yeah. You don't notice it as much.
In fact, you can even find yourself a little bit annoyed when they're standing outside the subway saying, give me some money.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously they're in trouble.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to ignore them in the winter when they're just trying to find a place to stay warm and sleep.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, there are some businesses that'll be nice enough to allow them inside and to warm up. Yeah. But then there's other businesses, especially in Toronto, I noticed there's a lot of businesses that won't let homeless people come in for anything.
Oh yeah. Honestly,
even a coffee shop to go in and buy a coffee with some change.
No. And I have little doubt that, the person I saw laying in the ATM area of the bank, I'm sure if somebody noticed who was actually working there or something they probably would have called the cops immediately.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, I understand wherever you can get in to get warm, if you're in that situation, you try and do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
course.
Yeah, do your best to keep warm. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have to break the law, I guess. I mean, I don't recommend breaking the law, but I mean, you're likely going to be trespassing somewhere if you're trying to find a warm space. But
it's a very sad situation that hopefully improves over time instead of continuing to get worse, you know.
Like I said, there was a phone number for things like that. So, if you're ever having issues like that, I mean, try and get help.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
And it's difficult, or if you see somebody who's having trouble, if you can help them out, and do what you can, because there's a lot more and more of this homelessness problem coming on because economics isn't doing so well here in Canada or in North America in general, and ever since the pandemic, it's been just steadily worse.
Yeah.
So we have to try and lift each other up, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, musically, the song was slightly a little country for my taste, but at the same time, it was well done, and the meaning of it kind of fit the music.
Yeah, that's the one thing. It sounded great. I mean, we're not fans really of the genre specifically, and it was kind of country rock, so I was okay with it. Yeah. But it definitely had a hard meaning to it, and exactly. And the sound was great. I mean, performed to perfection.
Yeah, the vocals are nice and everything. Really well done.
Yeah, definitely. The production entirely was great because it just sounded good. It sounded very professional, which is something I kind of expect from New Brunswick now that I've now that I know that there's people there who are definitely professionals, have been trained by some really good people. Yeah, I was trained by those same people, and I'm not that great at it, but
that's because you haven't been practicing it.
Exactly. But I know the people who worked at these places, and they're really good. The music that came out of the school that I went to was really good, and it was just for grades. Yeah. So.
But this was a really good song. Thank you very much for that one. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to check us out over on Patreon. It's $3 a month, and we're adding things there all the time. You'll find the link in the description of all our videos. You'll also find our blocked videos there for free. If you want to go and check those out, you're more than welcome to do that. And if you pay the $3, you get access to our albums, documentaries, and little concerts over there. It's a whole lot of fun. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and become one of our Goonies. Share with your family and friends. Click the notification bell if you don't want to miss a video. And don't forget to enjoy yourself. Later.
Later.